If your Jeep Cherokee shows the 4-wheel drive system unavailable service required error message, it means that in most cases this problem will be triggered by a so-called PTU, power transfer unit. So this power transfer unit is an additional thing in the all-wheel drive system in Jeep Cherokee. It was introduced in 2016 as far as I know, or at least it started glitching, it started throwing the codes and error messages in 2016, and unfortunately Stellantis didn't have the chance to make something with this. So they have some kind of warranty extension, but not recall. Now this is a very common problem, and the PTU modules keep failing, keep throwing this all-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive system unavailable, but this problem didn't have any recall or even the TSB. I didn't find even the TSB. So there is extended warranty. I suppose you can go to the dealership and check whether your VIN is eligible for this extended warranty, and they will replace your PTU with just a small charge. So the PTU module is quite expensive, and I hope this is not your problem. And before you start working in this direction, before you start finding how to buy and how to replace a PTU, you should also check several other things that can also trigger this message. And first of all, I recommend you plugging a scanner into your Jeep Cherokee and see if there are other problems, other codes in the electronic control modules. First of all, pay attention to the ABS module. While you may not have the ABS warning and ABS light on the dash, sometimes the issue that triggers this 4-wheel drive system unavailable service required error message is that one of the ABS wheel speed sensors, it doesn't work, it doesn't send the proper readings, and your 4-wheel drive system just doesn't know how to work, and so it just turns off and the 4-wheel drive system unavailable message pops up. Also, it's not that uncommon for the Jeep Cherokee to have issues with the fuses, and one of these fuses actually is connected with this PTU unit, and you can check if this fuse is okay. You can use your multimeter, or you can just replace the fuse with the new one and see if the problem disappears. Now also, before you do any other repairs, disconnect the battery, because sometimes this is just a software glitch and some sensor doesn't respond, some sensor doesn't send the readings, and the 4-wheel drive system glitches. So you may just disconnect the battery for 5 minutes, then connect it back and see if the resetting of all the control modules helps you solve this problem. Also, you may need to check the battery voltage, and when the engine is off, the voltage on the battery terminals should be 12.4 to 12.7, 12.8 volts. This is the healthy battery. And also, after you start the engine, the voltage should be above 14 volts. Right after the engine is started, because the alternator starts charging the batteries. If this is how your battery works, you may at least be sure that the problem is not with the battery and with the low voltage and with the glitching brains of your car. Also, the problem may be with the rear differential and the transmission. So low fluid levels, slipping in the transmission, some problems with the differential, they all can cause this 4-wheel drive system unavailable error message, and these issues, they require professional inspection. There is nothing you can do on your own. But I should say that transmission issues are not common for Jeep Cherokee. Also, rear differential issues are much less common than, for example, the PTU issues. So in the case of Jeep Cherokee, I'm pretty sure that the problem should be with the PTU rather than with the rear differential. But sometimes I've seen these problems in Cherokees with high mileage. So the rear differential without fluid change can fail at 200,000 miles, for example.